Guys, today's video is going to be a pretty simple one and a start of a long running of occurring videos of me just voicing my own video game opinions. These are strictly my opinions. I'll be talking about a pretty popular video game that I've actually noticed a trend about me and my friends. Why Gmod is such a very fun and yet such a very boring video game. I've actually able to nail it down to 3 certain elements: multiplayer, single player type runs, and influence. The main things that I think that why Gmod is such a fun and yet boring video game.
One of the main uses of single player that I usually do is either, testing out different workshop items. Or, if I'm ever bored and I want to test out some new maps. Probably the big thing when it comes to using single player in Gmod. Of course, you want to use that single player in Gmod once you boot up the game and you're trying to get used to everything and seeing everything that the different catalogs have to offer. And when it comes to using these different catalogs, it kind of brings the whole single player aspect, and it only gets fun for the first 10 minutes until you're extremely bored, making the game kind of unfun. And that's probably one of the worst parts of single player, is that if you ever want to play with another person, they have to download whatever add-on or workshop stuff that you got into the game. Multiplayer, it's honestly something that makes the game a little bit more fun, but again, through my experiences, it can still kind of be boring. With multiplayer, it's either playing with your friends or going on a server just to hang out or troll, something I've done a lot. With your friends, there are different modes to play on. There's hide and seek, prop hunt, death run being my personal favorite. And that's the funny part, because this kind of ties into the next part, which is influences, but still. The reason why I'm still saying that Gmod can be a fun yet boring game is probably not only single player, but multiplayer too. It's sort of, once you're playing with the same people for a couple of hours, it will tend to get boring and y'all just sort of run out of ideas to do. I'm not calling Gmod a bad game. It is not a bad game by all means. I have over a crap load of hours on there. It's in the quadruple digits. So I'm in no place to say that Gmod is a bad game. It's just, with a sandbox game, it can easily just get boring with running out of ideas, especially in a multiplayer sense. If you're playing with 2 other people, whereas you can play with 5 other people, it will tend to get very boring. Again, it is fun in the long haul. Gmod is worth the purchase, but at the same time, it happens with all the sandbox games. It just gets like this. And, then on servers, you just gotta have a good internet connection, because without a good internet connection, servers are basically useless. I haven't been on a server ever since I got the game 4 years ago or something. If you want to see me play Gmod with my friends, it will be up hopefully soon in a couple of months on the channel I run with them called Dumbest. That link is also in the description. Influences is something a video game needs, whether it's a popular game or a game nobody likes. If a YouTuber plays it and he likes it, other people will like it. It's one of the common senses when it comes to advertisements. The influence, maybe you got a popular football player, you got a popular YouTubers maybe, or maybe a popular NASCAR driver. But, unlike an advertisement, they're legit playing the game without, any big company telling them to. I do fall into this, because I really never watched any Gmod YouTubers until I found the Miss Breezy YouTube channel, who probably is one of my favorite YouTubers to date. I never watched Vanoss, really, because I was heavily censored on what I could watch on YouTube, as a parent of a kid would do to anyone. My parents censored me on YouTube. But when I found Ms. Breezy, I loved the channel so much to the point I loved Gmod. And at the time I wanted to get Gmod, Steam was having a summer sale. Steam was having a summer sale, and I got it for like $2. So it was pretty cool to play it, but once I played it more and more and more, and suddenly I started to realize this game wasn't as all as it was meant to be. So, but that's why I added this multiplayer chapter of this little video. Playing it with your friends is what makes Gmod better than single player. Of course, you know, single player can be better when you're working on a workshop or, you know, testing some stuff out. But when you're playing with a group of friends, Gmod can be such a better game. And with all, and you're getting, and if you're getting influenced to play Gmod, it's, you know, something that gets to you. So that really answered the question that I have for the end of this video.
So to answer the question, is Gmod a fun or is it a boring video game? What do you think? Honestly, that's a very opinionated question.